Now, the Executive Order number 2 of 2023, what does it indicate? It indicates that, let me just show you on the screen, the former CS in Uhuru Kenyatta's administration by the name Adan Mohammed has been appointed by President William Ruto, and he is now working as the Chief of Strategy Execution. And as I was doing my research about all these issues, I came across these two statements from Cornelius Rono and Mohammed Ndii. So let me just read for you. It says that Cornelius Rono says that David Ndii is still in the office just because he is a Kikuyu. Otherwise, he would have been shown the door long time ago. Adan Mohammed is now the sheriff in town. Mambo ni mawili kwa David Ndii. To continue tweeting and enjoy his salary, or quit and follow his art. What Cornelius Rono wants to mean by this statement is that David Ndii is now left with his title alone. No more responsibilities in his portfolio. Also, Mohammed Ndii says that the appointment of Chief of Strategy Execution is a smart move. Whilst David Ndii has been flaunting world-based economic strategies, we needed Sloan to interpret Dr. Ndii for us and execute his ideas in real life. Adan Mohammed is now our interpreter and executor of Ndii ideas. So in this particular video here, ladies and gentlemen, I just want us to get to know and understand who exactly is Adan Mohammed and the roles that he will be playing in William Ruto's economic strategy to replace David Ndii, and also we'll get to know the reason as to why William Ruto is kicking out David Ndii and all about the resignation. But before that, if you are here for the first time, or rather you're watching this particular video and you haven't subscribed, I'm requesting you to please take a second or two and subscribe to this channel. You can also give this particular video here a like. Just press the thumbs up button so that YouTube can automatically recommend this video and this platform to reach out to others. There are also the returning subscribers who are watching this video. I really want to appreciate you so much for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is currently, and that is why I don't take your support for granted. You can also automatically receive the notifications updates each and every time I upload a video on this particular channel by simply pressing the notification bell down below. Thank you so much. Having said that, now let us go straight into the details of this video, and let us begin from here. I want to give you just a brief explanation about who Adan Mohammed is. So Adan Mohammed is the former CS for Trade and Industry, a very quiet, silent, but a hardworking person. And that is why, up to date, very many people still don't know about him. And just recently, during a meeting between President William Ruto and the United States representative for trade by the name Catherine Tai, William Ruto introduced Adan Mohammed as the CS for Trade and Industry, replacing Moses Kuria. If you can still remember very well, Catherine Tai made it very clear that he will never ever be in a meeting with Moses Kuria. And because he rejected Moses Kuria, President William Ruto had to replace Moses Kuria in that particular meeting by Adan Mohammed as the CS for Trade and Industry. Now let us go to know and understand the roles that he will be playing in William Ruto's economic strategies and replacing David Ndii and the reasons. First of all, in the economic planning, I tend to think that David Ndii has failed attempts to get it right. And remember that the days are moving. The days are going on. The 2027 general election is coming near each and every day. And I want you to realize that 70%, or the main reason as to why the 70% who voted for President William Ruto they voted for William Ruto simply because of the economy. William Ruto had a plan to revive the economy. The 30% who voted for William Ruto, they voted for President William Ruto simply because of the sympathy. They sympathized with him because of the frustrations that he was going through in the Jubilee administration. If you compared William Ruto's economic strategies and the Azimio La Umoja Alliance, you could clearly tell 100% that Azimio did not have any plan to revive the economy. So William Ruto had very best plans. That is why William Ruto needs a replacement for Ndii, because it must never fail. It must not fail in the economic revival. If he fails in the economic revival, then I don't know what he will tell the people of the Republic of Kenya coming 2027 general election. Secondly, I tend to think that currently as we speak, Ndii has no economic strategies and plans. And that is why when you go through Ndii's Twitter account, you will realize that he is just complaining about everything, regretting, telling the people of the Republic of Kenya that they elect the leaders they deserve. You know, I remember recently, in fact, he regretted on why the Kenya Kwanza Alliance administration won the previous 2022 general election. According to him, it was his wish that Kenya Kwanza would have lost to Azimio. Let me read for you this particular statement here. Let me just show you on the screen. Ndii is saying that, how I wish we lost election to Dynasty Brothers. You know, those kind of tweets are making William Ruto mad. William Ruto, whenever he gives you an opportunity to work in his administration, you must prove that you are professional, you are hardworking, you are working together. Because if one person fails in his docket, in his portfolio, then it simply means that the whole Kenya Kwanza Alliance has failed. But William Ruto will never allow that to happen. And thirdly, William Ruto needed immediate change or very urgent change in the economic portfolio. Let me give you just an example of the bottom-up economic approach that William Ruto has always talked about and what made him to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. I remember very well, previously William Ruto used to criticize the former head of state Uhuru Kenyatta for borrowing, and William Ruto made a promise to the people of the Republic of Kenya that he will not borrow. But the fact now is that William Ruto is borrowing, despite the fact that he is borrowing differently, but the truth is he is borrowing. So what should he do? Ndii needs a replacement or somebody to assist him to execute his economic strategies and planning. As I went up, what can you say about these issues? In my considered opinion, I tend to think, because I know Ndii's reaction, if he will be pressed, just like what Cornelius Rono has just said, that Ndii's responsibilities and duties has been reduced. If he will be frustrated by President William Ruto, then he will not have any other option but to resign. And I tend to think that will be very, very soon. Instead of William Ruto firing him, you know, if William Ruto will fire Ndii, it will become a political issue. So let him just have a replacement so that he can decide to resign by himself. So let us wait and see how things will turn out to be. But let me read for you also this particular statement, which tells us more about the current economic situation of this country. It says that some will say cut expenditure and wastage, right? And I agree, but that won't fix it. It won't fix the economic situation in the country. When your national revenue is at 2.4 trillion and our debt redemption is at 1.2 trillion, which simply explains that it is a half of the national revenue, and the interest that we are charged is at 600 billion. which is a quarter of the national revenue, we will have no choice but to borrow to remain afloat. So that is it. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts, your views, and your opinions on the comment section down below. Otherwise, that is it. Let me see you again in my next political analysis, but please don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.